I'm Andrea Houston for Extra, and all eyes are on Uganda as they are poised to pass the Kill the Gays bill. This bill will make it illegal to be gay in Uganda, punishable by death. We have interviewed a few gay Ugandan refugees, and for their safety and protection, we have blurred their faces and distorted their voices. Tell me what's going through your mind as we look to Uganda that will likely pass it by Christmas.
There is going to be a lot of terror. They will kill them. It will be disaster. I'm not happy about it, and I don't really know what I can express about it. It's really terrible.
Give me a picture of what life will be like for a gay and lesbian person in Uganda when this bill passes. How will their life change?
When that bill passes, most people are going to kill themselves because they can't leave. I mean, where will you pass? In Uganda, sometimes they're not sure whether you're gay because you're always hiding, you're undercover. The very few who come up to show that they're gay. But do you know what they go through? They are always being terrorized. They are always being harassed. They are always being hated.
How can Canadians help? What can we do?
How Canadians can help us is trying to get to know what is entailed in this bill and what they're trying to do to the gay and lesbian community in Uganda. I would just point out a few sections that I would really like people to get comfortable with and people to get to know how these sections of the law impact the gay community. Number one, the definition of the offense in the bill. The way it's stipulated, it makes it's defining marriage as between man and a woman. It prohibits any homosexual behavior within the community, and it rectifies any international treaties, conventions, protocols, and agreements that are going to be inconsistent with gay and lesbian or homosexual actions. And then it's also going to prohibit any organization that promotes homosexuality or serves the homosexual groups in Uganda. So whether it's there to help the HIV suffering homosexuals, or within just the education or just the personal development of the individuals, those organizations are going to be banned. And then another section that I would really like to talk about is how this bill affects those of us who've been lucky enough to leave the country but are now part of the Canadian society. So let me just read the section exactly how it is. A person who, while being a citizen or a permanent resident of Uganda, commits an act outside Uganda, in essence the act is, homosexual behavior, which act would constitute an offense under this act and has been committed in Uganda. So in essence, being a gay man in Canada, I'm already subjected to this act if it becomes law.
Now I'm going to be speaking with Antonin. He is from Ghana, and he has been watching the unfolding of the fight for Uganda. Where is this hatred of gay people coming from in Uganda? It's been growing over the last 5 years, but where does it come from?
Well, it comes from when David Gato was killed. Because when you remember, he was put in a newspaper with his picture.
Hang them was the headline.
So it started right from there. And also when you look at the comment from David Cameron, the Prime Minister of Britain, that any country that received aid from the British government should respect gay rights, as they do risk, they would have their aid being cut. So the African leaders, including the Uganda government, was mad, wasn't happy. British government is trying to interfere into the affairs of Uganda people, and the British government cannot dictate for them. And if they want it, they should take their evil money. Because I remember the Zimbabwe president, Robert Mugabe, calling David Cameron satanic, because he said they should respect gay rights.
The religious influence has been one of the big reasons why this thing has been written. Can religion help overturn it?
Unfortunately, for the case of Uganda, the church, and especially the evangelical Christians, have actually helped in trying to push forward the agenda of the bill and trying to ensure that the bill gets passed.
How can Canada respond? How can we in Canada help? What can we do?
I think Canada should take over and look for all those people and rescue them before it's too late.
Here in Canada, we talk a lot about opening up our borders. Is that something Canada can do to help? Is make it easier for refugees to seek asylum in Canada?
That would be very great, and certainly, they have been very, very helpful for fellow Ugandans. And, Uganda in this case is the country where their bill is very, very strong, but you have 7, 8 other countries that are looking at what goes on in Uganda and try to model after that. So, whatever the Canadian government can do, please assist out. People generally don't want to leave where they come from, thousands and thousands of miles, leave everything they know so that they can just live somewhere else that's so foreign to them. Sometimes there comes a situation where you totally have no other choice but to leave your place.
People should understand that we're human beings, we are what we are, and they have to accept us. But it's very hard for the Africans, most especially Uganda. I don't know what's happening. It has really become terror, and they think they're making names. Yeah, they're like, yes, we have fought the Western world. It's not going to impact this on us. Yet they are really hurting people. They are putting us on pressure. As in disaster, we've all fled our homes because of that.
You're talking about death. You're talking about life. A lot of ordinary citizens of Uganda. They are not foreigners. They are citizens. They were born in Uganda. Why should you pass a bill that tries to kill your own citizens, the citizens that voted for you to come to power, to rule them? It's absurd.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. I really appreciate it.